All right, it's 5:30. I call the Civil Service Commission of the County of Madera meeting to order. It is 5:30. At this time, join me in the flag salute. Ready, salute.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty.
All right, as we move through, I'd like to open it up to any public comment. This time is made available for comments from the public on matters within the Civil Service Commission's jurisdiction that are not on the agenda. Each speaker will be given a limited to 3 minutes.
I think I can do this within 3 minutes.
All right.
Good evening, Commissioners. Michelle May reporting from Human Resources. I wanted to introduce to you our new Assistant Director of HR, Sandy Edwards. I'm going to have Sandy come up here. And I did also want to, just for the record, just to let everyone know, the board took action last week. And as you know, our former director is no longer with the county. So the board took action to appoint me as the interim director as a retired annuitant. So it is truly temporary, and we're in the process of trying to make sure we have a new director. And we're fortunate enough to have been able to hire an assistant director to replace my true vacancy. So I'm excited for the county, excited for myself, and also, of course, excited for Sandy and glad to have her here. She comes to us from State Center Community College District, and she has about 19 years in HR. About 15 of those are management, and we're excited to have her, and I'll let her say hello if she'd like.
Hello, thank you for the nice introduction, Michelle. I look forward to working with everyone. I'm still knee deep in learning, reading all the code and all the MOUs, and so hopefully I'll be able to be a positive contribution to our team and look forward to working.
Awesome.
As long as you realize service is the most important commission.
Yes, yes.
Welcome, Sandy.
Thank you very much.
All right. Any comments online? Public comment? No? All right. At this time, I'd like to move over to the consent calendar.
Make
I
a
move for
motion that we
adoption of the-
approve it.
Huh?
The consent calendar, right?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve it.
And then a second.
All right. I got a motion on the table with the second. Roll call.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry,
Yes.
Commissioner Iverson, Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
5-0 to approve.
All right, moving on to regular business. We have 3A, item 10977, the classification and compensation study implementation, clerical technical unit. Consideration of the Civil Service Commission to adopt the classification, specifications, and approve salary recommendations for those classifications within the clerical technical unit.
Yes, good evening, Commissioner. Sabrina Mendez, Department of Human Resources. The item before you is a result of the outcome of negotiations with the AFSCME New York Clerical Technical Unit. You may recall that the classification and compensation study was brought before you in January and received. HR then received additional feedback from department heads and then moved forward with negotiating the job descriptions and salary placements and ranges with the various units. The item we are presenting today was agreed upon by the unit. The adoption of the classification specifications and the salary recommendations is for your review and consideration. As you know, the recommended salaries will need to be approved by the board, which we anticipate taking on August 6th at their next board meeting. I did want to note that you'll see on attachment A, there is a list of classifications. Some of those have parentheses which identify MSS, that's Merit Systems Services job descriptions. So those actual job descriptions were not included. And that's because although the compensation piece was reviewed and a salary recommended for those, we did not make changes, and Koff and Associates or Gallagher did not make any changes to those because those are governed or overseen by CalHR. So in case you're wondering why they're not there. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And as we digest that a little bit and make room for commission comments, I'd like to also open it up for any public comments. In the past, those who had issue with this are usually and attentive to this. So any information online or anybody online with public comment?
No.
Okay. All right. At this time, we are, as a commission, entertaining any motions.
I just have one question and it's out of curiosity, okay? I have 41 more. Okay. Package page 6, for example, it says one, right at the almost far right column, 1 1/2 eligible. And I'm just curious why.
So that designates the FLSA status. So some positions are determined to be exempt, which means exempt from receiving overtime. The 1.5 indicates they are eligible for overtime.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Just to add to that, on page 5, so one page up, there's a header. And so you'll see at the top of that, it says OT. Yes, I just realized that.
I'll make a motion for adoption.
Second.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry,
Yes.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Iverson,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
5-0 approved.
All right. Regular business, item 3B, 10981, classification and compensation study implementation, unrepresented. Consideration of the Civil Service Commission to adopt the classification specification and approve salary recommendations for the internal auditor 1 and 2 classification.
Yes, good evening again, Commissioners. The item before you is also related to the classification and compensation study. It is unrepresented, or the classification is, therefore it's not associated with any bargaining unit. The adoption of this job description and the recommended salary is for your review and consideration. Similar to the previous item, the recommended salary will need to be approved by the board at their next meeting, which we anticipate taking that on August 6th as well.
Quick question, do department heads receive this information that, specifying that or informing them that it's going to be proposed for approval with the commission?
We did try to keep in contact, yes, correct, with departments. It was done in a number of ways. So as you know, throughout the classification study, we did reach out to the bargaining units, especially after we presented the class study or the classification and compensation study to the commission. So we were in contact with them. We did receive feedback, and we did try to keep in contact with them as, steps were moving along. Additionally, we do have a meeting scheduled with them, we hope, next week, because we are bringing these things before you and changes have occurred. So we will be meeting with them just to identify which units we have agreed with and which changes have occurred. Just as a reminder, even though the information is available publicly, at our commission meetings, it was published during our board meeting. So just as an extra communication effort, we are having a meeting.
Right. And as a Civil Service Commission, I just want to remind any listeners out there that the Civil Service Commission meetings are an opportunity for you to voice concerns or to challenge anything that you might see fit. And so these meetings serve that purpose. So we welcome you for public comment for that. So, all right, commissioners.
Make a motion that we approve it.
Second.
All right, roll call.
Commissioner Rios,
Yes.
Commissioner Iverson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fry,
Yes.
Commissioner Atwood,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez,
Yes.
5-0 approved.
All right, that concludes regular business. We're moving on to staff reports. We did get quite the staff report in the public comment, so that was nice. Thank you for the sharing that. Anything else?
Andy must be doing a great job there.
All right, with that, we don't need a motion to adjourn, right? Oh, anybody want a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Make a motion,
So
we
moved.
adjourn.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
We could do official roll call. We are adjourned.
Thank you.